G'day, friends and fans. Welcome to Tabletop RPG News. And before I begin, I'd like to remind you this channel is sponsored by people like you, the viewing audience. So please don't forget, after the show, please like, share, and subscribe. For those who don't know, I actually write RPG material and I have a Patreon. Links will be in the description below. Just screen. Sorry. Right. That's better. A little closer. Not so. Right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I write RPG material and I'm an avid gamer and I've played since my teenage years. I've played D&D since it came out. So no, actually had the first D&D was just Dungeons and Dragons on a folded book. Wasn't very big, very neat, tight game to play. But you could just use your imagination, and you know, I just fell in love with fantasy, and but science fiction has really, I find science fiction's just more possibilities, but I still like the fantasy. I like fantasy elements. And one of the sites I really like is Bundle of Holding. Now they put out time limited offers for RPG material, and you have different providers who produce different collections, and you have two tiers. You have the standard pack, well, actually three. You have the standard pack, the bonus collection, and of course you have time limited single offers. You also have single pack offers where you get shorts, sometimes books, sometimes entire sets from very different creators in very different genres. Now, if you do your standard hack and slash, we have Dungeon Fantasy from the veteran master, Steve Jackson. This is powered by GURPS. It's a standalone RPG. Now, GURPS is the universal role-playing system from Steve Jackson's games. I'm not particular fan of Steve Jackson fantasy, but this one is actually pretty nice. This allows you to tabletop fantasy play, monsters and characters, hunt for treasure, fully customizable. Not a particular fan of corporate Kickstarters, but yeah, this offer was powered by GURPS, and it's actually very good. It adds a lot of monsters, adds a lot of stuff to Steve Jackson Fantasy. Now, the original premise behind Bundle of Holding is these bundles go to direct relief to charity, and direct relief sends protective gear and critical care to healthcare workers and emergencies across the US and Canada and other response agencies across the world. So it's, these packs, they're digital, DRM free, so you don't have to worry, you're not beholden to Kindle or any other ebook reading program. You don't have to worry that if your computer dies, you're locked in. You lose all your digital copies to everything. Now, leveling up, basically, now, when you buy pack, let's go just through the pack first. Start with the starter pack, and you have the actual main pack. You have the companion, which is basically like the Dungeon Master's Guide. You've got magic items, traps, the Against the Ratman. You've got your GM screen, Dungeon Planner, and your bonus collection. That you pay a bit extra, and if you over the threshold, you get also the fantasy companions, magic items, monsters. And this pack was $151 US, and they've raised over 20,000 for charity at the threshold price of $38.22. And people have powered up, you know, and there you go. You could select your price, pay by PayPal, credit card, or Amazon Pay, and it goes to your email. Comes from, and it's linked to your wizard cabinet. It's linked to your RPG library, so you never have to worry about it. But it does actually. So if the site ever shuts down, it's still linked. You got bundles. You can go to your cabinet. Shows you all the bundles you've got. I mean, I know I complain about broke, and I bet you a lot of people out there say, well, if you didn't support all these bundles, well, I've been supporting them since 2018. Unlike certain people, the beast, I don't brag and try to monetize it, but somebody said, well, and I actually understand it. He says, well, it's fascinating. I was just explaining somebody to somebody the site the other day. They said, "Oh, that's fascinating. Shit, tell other people." It says, "Well, I don't like to brag like Mister." But he says, "Yeah, but just because Mister Psyop, people like this stuff. That's whether he's a giant cocksucker just buying corporate love or not is beside the point. Here I have some interesting stuff that people might actually find of interest as well. And over the years, they've had some very good bundles. Now, here's the thing. If you miss out on a bundle, they actually repeat. So, yeah, and recently I got the Shadowrun Mega Bundle, and which is weird. They're showing the date as November, not oh well. And the Shadowrun 3 Mega Bundle. Oh, it's been run before. That's right. So there you go. That's what your download links look like. You can get them as one bundle or individual files. Get links to your past bundles, and it reminds you that what you got, everything in it. Now and again, there's different resources like the official websites. There's different editions, Reddits, even a fan forum for some. So that's so that is Dungeon Fantasy. Now another bundle, Blades in the Dark 2. This comes from Forge in the Dark, and you have the Blades collection and the upgrade Forge collection. Now, Blades in the Dark is a sequel to December 2020's offer for Blades in the Dark from 1-7 Studio, along with recent Forge in the Dark standalone games. It's actually a pretty popular role-playing game. No, it's rather niche. So, but they're supporting Diana Jones, a non-profit for up-and-coming role-playing. Believe it or not, RPGs play a lot in mental health. If you suffer from mental health issues, you might actually find RPGs a good outlet. Now, of course, the Blades collection. Now, if you get the minimum price, you just get the Blades collection. That's Blades in the Dark. That's the main book. The character deck. Planning Heists on the Fly. It's a heist game, right? But there's others. You can fine-tune the system to now, if you want to fine-tune the system, of course, now you have to upgrade. Now, the upgrade gets you Court of Blades. Now, this one, we should actually look at the details. This is the inspired by the infamous feuding families of medieval Renaissance in Italy, where nobles schemed against each other, and you have the 6 major houses who were pretty much trying to establish a pecking order, often with threats, intimidation, indirect action. Now you have your Dwarven Fortress, Torch in the Dark, Battle of the Undead, the Swords from Hell, basically protecting. Yeah, this package actually pretty neat. Again, pretty popular. Yeah, like I said, this is the second. And Blades in the Dark. Let's see. Blades in the Dark. Another popular game, and this is really popular, is Mongoose Traveller. Now, Mongoose Publishers took over the license for Traveller, and I think they're the only ones currently in print. Now, most of the Traveller stuff, I do believe, is digital on Tabletop RPG. Drive-through RPG. Now, this is the 2020 starter set, and it has everything for the Trojan Reach campaign. Now, this is the basic set, $70.95. You can't even buy the second edition set for $70.95, and you get the starter set, the companion book, and the central supply catalog. That's everything you need for a basic campaign. Now, with the referee upgrade, you get the High Guard upgrade, the vehicle book, and this is a Traveller. And this pack goes to supporting direct relief. Now, with the player collection, like I said, you get the starter set. That's $40 just for the starter set. Then you get the Traveller Companion, so toolkit for campaigning, the central supply catalog. This is all your basic weapons. Now, of course, with the referee question, you get the High Guard update. That's lets you design, build, and design and build your own aircraft, starships, etc. You got your shuttles, traders, gunboats, scouts, destroyers, colossal battleships, and dreadnoughts. Of course, you can also do space stations, but yeah, with your vehicle handbook, you basically adapt the high guard system to produce vehicles, and of course, you've got the briefings, which just give you small information about travel, commerce, combat. So the good little expansion to have, and of course, the referee screen. Now, I have Mongoose Traveller and many of the other Traveller packs. Actually, do I have Mongoose Mercenaries? Not yet. Now, with Mongoose Mercenaries, you get Special Forces. Now, again, there's 2 packs. And with the pardon me. Now, with the player collection, you get the basic price. You get, again, $40 retail in print. The digital copy of Mercenary to raise mercenaries, and guide to various mercenary companies, and of course the field catalog for mercenaries. Now with the upgraded collection. Now the reason why they call it the referee collection is because it's more of the behind the scenes stuff players won't necessarily need or want to have a copy of, or basically for traveler referees to expand their game. So you have the specialist forces, the campaign on the Samomi front, and of course some adventures. And again, this is 198 retail. So, I mean, if you're really into saving money, you save a lot. Now, Cobalt Guides is from Cobalt Press, a veteran RPG. They've been around for a while. And this bundle, a lot of them are standalone. This is a complete guide to game designing. You got board games, combat, and updated resources for gamers, game masters, and designers, game mastering, guide to magic, monsters. It's got a lot of stuff. So, and of course, world building, which is something I really really like. And it's a all-in-one single bundle, so you don't have to worry about missing out on anything with that. It is geared towards the referee, not the player. Now, the next one is Dragonbane and Year Zero. This is a new system from, new game from League Publishing. And, oh, wait, sorry. Magic, Birth, Mayhem with the 3 leagues. RPGs. You have Twilight 2000, Forbidden Lands, Vesen, Corios, and the Mutant Year Zero uses the Year Zero engine, used in Alien, Blade Runner, The Walking Dead, and Tales from the Loop. Now with Vesen, it's a horror campaign set in 19th century Northern Europe. The Forbidden Lands, raiders and Raiders and Rogues. Sorry, yes, Savage Orcs. You name it. This is basically a sort of post-magic apocalypse, but it's modern survival where you play raiders, rogues in an unforgiving world. It's a hex crawl. If you don't understand what a hex crawl is, you basically have a huge hex map, and you advance. And every square you met with a challenge, you overcome the challenge, you move to the next one, and you basically plot your moves because, like, you've got cities, you want to travel between cities or dungeons or encounters, but along the way you have to overcome some obstacles. It's more about it's more about the journey than the destination. Corrales, Arabian Nights in Space. Go on missions of discovery, battle across the third horizon, a fringe of inhabited space, based on Arab culture from the Arabian Nights. Mutants Year Zero. Yeah. This is the world of the great apocalypse. Humanity's civilization has fallen. Cities are dead wastelands, empty streets, graveyards, and amongst the ruins, people live. You're the heirs of humanity, but you're not quite human. You are superhuman mutants, and you push your characters to the limits. You've got to make every bullet count. Now, there is an upgrade for this where you get the core set to the Dragonbane RPG, the Twilight 2000 set, which is a role-playing in World War III that never was. That's the East-West conflict over Germany, Poland. What's going on today? We should call this Twilight 2020 through 20. Yeah, Twilight 2022. Yeah. Now, Visan, mythical Britain and Ireland. You got the Standing Stone, the hook. As you can see on the. I've seen these in real life, by the way. If you go to Europe, there are actually places where you can still go to see these sites before the diversity mob tear them down and say they're not inclusive. And you got the Atlas campaign. Yeah, it's just RPG gold. I mean, it is. It really is. I'm really looking forward to that one. Shadowrun is one of my favorite RPGs, and this harkens back at 1998. I had the core book, state of the art, and many more. I had the original Shadowrun. I had Shadowrun Second, which was actually called Seattle core book. Yeah. Second one was actually second one I had from FASA was the first one was Shadowrun, then the Seattle core book, and then DSR3 core book, which that's the one. Now, there's a lot of similarities between third and fifth. Not so much third and fourth. Fourth was almost reinvention. But this pack contains some of the introductory adventures. First run, which came out with the original Shadowrun Companion, third edition. Yeah. And all the and all the core supplements. You have Paranormal Animals of Europe, one of the most popular Shadowrun add-on. So here's in the core collection. There's Shadowrun third edition. That's the the core rule book for Shadowrun. First run came out when this one came out, it came out with that originally, but then it just, for a while, it was only that. I think it's gone back to those two together in print. But the original one was set in, you had the original one, which 2050, 2054 with Seattle. It was originally set in Seattle, and most adventures still are set in Seattle. Though more and more, I think there's stuff for Tokyo. I haven't seen much lately. For, I think actually Tokyo is mostly player created. It's for Neo Tokyo is very popular, and they base it a lot of your fan stuff's based on Akira, which is awesome. So yeah, first run, introduction to novice players to run the rules. Then you have then you have the companion, which was first, and these are modestly priced from Catalyst, but there's still a lot in there. Now, Man of Machine, Subware, Canon Companion are one of the best. This is updated, I think, from the original. Is the updated from the original? Doesn't say. Yeah, 150 new weapons. So Magic in the Shadows, one of the best magic systems out there, I think. It's not overpowered like so many. The Matrix. I do find Shadowrun's Matrix way overpowered. Rigger 3 revised. This is upgraded. Now, the original Rigger 2.0, there was the Rigger 2.0, and this is the revised version. So it's called Rigger 3 Revised, but it's actually the version of the both. It's like takes the best of all the Rigger and puts it all into third edition rules, which is again one of the more popular rule sets for Shadowrun. Yeah. And this was released in 2003. State of the art. Again, this is an update for it brings the year forward to 2063 and 2064. Then you have the character dossiers. These are the major players of the Shadowrun world. And then you have the green screen and the critters. That's just the basic. And you have the setting collection. This gives you, this is the small survival guide. This is an upgrade to the second edition Seattle core book. New Seattle, again, it's the same thing. This is the sprawl. This is, both are important. This is nightclubs, amenities, coffin, hotels, you name it. Expands the in and outs of the Shadowrunner lifestyle and extends rules for lifestyle settlement. New Seattle gives you more updates and expands the city itself. So you basically got the runner's guide and then the city guide and then the North America, what's left of North America. It's Shadows of Asia. This is where this is the Neo Tokyo, basically, and other from circa 2060, the Middle East to enlightened New Japan, the struggles of power with the war in Russia. Again, we're taking this out of the fiction area and putting it into modern day current events. The war-torn jungles of Indochina. Corpse, underworld figures, you name it, and a look at a relook at the magic tradition for Southeast Asia. Yeah, and of course, cannot do wrong without the paranormal animals of Europe. And of course, Aslan. This is originally came out as the Aslan box set, I think actually for 2. This is, yeah, Nigel's updated all this, of course, for 3. You have the Shadow Files. This is expands the corporate world, and again you've got corporate downloads. Again, these are like, you know, private armies, heavy hitters, and then of course with the corporate download, covers the death of Fushi, the rise of Novatech, uh, Waxing, Cross, and their battles. The corps have never ceased their open conflict, the history, the power games, and business interests of the top megacorps. Well, should really be like the only megacorps, but yeah. And the Little Black Book. This is basically about fixes. So, okay, takes 2 supplements from the first and second, from and yeah, combines them into 3rd edition. Yeah, for the Game Master. So, loose alliances and more of a companions to runners. Mob, Yakuza, black markets, all the hookups you need to adventure. And of course, you got your 5 main adventures. Now, anyone familiar with them, with some of the fan sites, there are 20. If advanced 3rd edition, I think, as far as 2070, and everything onwards, I think, is 5th edition. And it's just like 4th edition. What's 4th edition? Yeah, 3rd edition is your most popular and easy to go 3 to 4. 3 to 5 than it is to go 3, 4, 5. And of course, 4 is really all about the AI. And oh yes, I do have this one. Move fast, chummer. Yes. David Bain. No, I did this one. Sorry. Numera. Now, Numera is from Mont Cook Games, another prolific producer of stuff. And this is second of 2 offers currently running. Numera is a space fantasy, science fantasy tabletop. There's one of my favorites. This is next on my list, or close to it. Now, what is science fantasy? Science fantasy, my realm, is combined science fiction and fantasy. And you have the introduction pack where you get Into the Outside, which introduce you to the nine worlds multiverse, Into the Deep, the oceans, what lies beneath, Into the Night, the creatures of the night, some introductory single shot games, Beyond the Worlds, A Portal to Hell, and the bonus collection, The Liminal Shore. This is those actually familiar with M8 theory or the Matrix would understand that liminal shore refers to a realm between realms. It's the mirror dimension, the maze. It's got many names, many interpretations, and has appeared in many forms throughout various folklore and legends, and even modern theories. Liminal backspace. That's the empty tunnels connecting realms. Here we have uh, magnificent towers soaring upwards, strange realms in the void, everything. The land of secrets, and its location most secret of all. Basically, you might have heard of the land of light and other things. That's really good stuff. Edge of the Sun. Greatest achievements of the ancients was the very edge of the sun, engine of gods, place of staggering proportions, and yeah, it's an adventure. It's a new location with action and adventure, new creatures, codes, artifacts, augments, and stuff like that. Vertices, another new adventure. These are actually 8. And of course, more adventures, travel options. Science fiction, fantasy, it's all intertwined with Numera. And of course, Numera Discovery is the first of the 2 offers this month, which extend through to January. They last a while, about 20 days. And every pack you buy goes to charity. Money goes to charity. So pay the minimum price, you get Discovery, which is the player guide, character portfolio more, Priest of the Erons, gives you focal on priests for Eron priest characters and more abilities. Technology Compendium obviously adds more technology. You got your guidebook. Basically, this expands the setting beyond the borders of the original core book. And then you got some more maps, creatures, and then with the expansion pack, you add more. Again, you add more world building, more beasts, the data sphere, a campaign, some instant adventures, and some not so instant adventures. So you got everything there to basically have a interesting fantasy action adventure game. This is what's going on. Yeah, so perhaps I've gone on too long, but there's a lot, and I haven't covered before. But of course, first time out, and hopefully with other, hopefully we'll get more news from other sources. Probably perhaps even look at drive-through RPG releases as well, and keep you up to date on Bundle Holding and the bundles they have, and hopefully see you. Anyway, thanks for your time. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, sponsored by you. So please like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't done so already, now one way to support the channel is to buy coffee mugs and other items in my Etsy store. Discount link in the description below, 10% off for viewers. Now, of course, another way is to become Patreon. And the links are in the description below, along with my book links, which are in my link tree, and other links. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for your time, and look forward to your support. See you in the next video.